chick like a female.
I'm Quad Almighty, and I came here to conduct a spiritual resurrection of the masses through the art form of hip-hop.
Quad, it's Quad Almighty, Mr. 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 Quad, it's Quad.
If you combine live instrumentation, dope lyrics, and a little bit of ancient wisdom, you can move people in a way that'll make significant changes in the world. I'm originally from the Midwest, Milwaukee to be exact, and I started rhyming with a group called Hazardous. HAZ for short, which is an acronym for Hungry and Zooted. Hungry for change and zooted with contentment is the slogan that we used to use to describe the demographic that we were part of and that we appealed to. Because, you know, we were all hungry for revolutionary change, but we were never willing to do what it took to put those changes in place because we were so content with the creature comforts of materialism and the world that we live in today. So it just kind of stuck with us, and you know, that was the basis of our music too. From the very beginning of my hip-hop career, I knew that music was a tool that could be used to raise the consciousness of people, and that really wasn't happening with a lot of the stuff I was hearing on the radio. With HAZ, we wanted to make that a point of our music. We wanted to make sure that we gave you some substance and food for thought. So we dropped a couple of EPs, an album, and did a lot of shows around the city and in the area. And you know, over time I began to realize the full potential and power in what we were doing. I developed a desire to reach more people, just more that I could reach in the Midwest. So around 2005, after doing it in Milwaukee for 7-8 years, I made a move to New York City, you know, the oasis of hip-hop, the place where it all began, and also it's an international port for the world, a place where I could really reach the globe and make a bigger impact, see what I could really do. As a youngster, I was always inspired by New York MCs because the music was so original and the lyrics of the New York hip-hop scene touched my soul in a way that nothing else did. But when I actually came out here, it was completely the opposite of what I expected. I mean, a lot of the artists that I was encountering and hearing on the radio lacked that originality that was so potent to me when I was younger. And then the fact that the scene was so industry controlled, it was just kind of a letdown. Right when I began to lose hope, I ran into Finster, and that reversed the whole situation.
It's Finster from the crew, Finster Bundy. Been doing it since 9-2, you know what I'm saying? Bushwick BK, that's how I go down all the time, you know what I'm saying? Sunnyside, Finster Baby, Bomb Shit, Feel the High Part 2, Don't Stress Tomorrow, toured, you know what I'm saying? Scene like Germany. Japan.
Broke down the worm, try to fill our shoes.
Sweet is the sound of the pouring rain, and the stream that goes from hill to plain, better than rain or rain. airplane broke.
There's a Mongol beer inside this tub.
Cat's been doing it for forever, you know what I'm saying?
Finsta was the embodiment of the hip-hop culture that inspired me to start rhyming.
You gonna get whatever the fuck was on my mind right then and there, and that's how it's always gonna be. It ain't gonna be, yo, I think you gonna like this, or it's gonna be, why even make a beat if it ain't for me?
He also took part in the New York hip-hop scene that I expected to greet me when I first arrived on the East Coast.
With Walkman music, you know what I'm saying? Just, but then tape cassettes for real. You can actually feel it, you know what I'm saying? Cats was actually saying something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention names, you can mention 1,000,001 names. There's a lot of good MCs, a lot of good artists, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to spit, you know, on everybody, you know what I'm saying? There's good music out there, but it ain't being heard on radio. Cats was telling me about him, you know what I'm saying? Then Cats was telling him about me. And one day, it's like, alright, yeah, he was vibe shit.
I let him hear some of my old shit.
It was something in the music. It wasn't just play. Hit it with a CD, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess 3 tracks or whatever. Feel this. Boom. Next day he came back with like 3 songs. I was like, alright, that's what's up. Gave 3 more joints, you know? Boom, kept coming back. I was like, yo, it's like, okay, this is smooth, you know what I'm saying? Talking about shit that I really want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like on a level I can understand.
I told him about what I was trying to do.
Gotta get some real shit out there, you know what I'm saying? Some real mind uplifting stuff, you know what I'm saying? Some meat to the bone stuff. We basically just wanted to say whatever the fuck was on our mind at the time, really.
The album is entitled The Royal Parchment, The Indoctrination of Dynastic Rationalism. Everything that our ancestors did in the past and all of the stuff they went through set the stage for the present. And I wanted to make an album that would be a continuation of the legacies that they put in place. It's easy for us to forget that we descended from royal lineage just by looking at the way we portrayed in the media and encountering the stumbling blocks that we have to overcome. So I wanted to make this album be a project that would reestablish and reaffirm our connection with our royal ancestry and put it in the perspective of the world that we live in today so that we don't forget, and it'll be like a strength for us.
As the earth orbits the sun, I get stronger and wiser. Flame from the flow evolves the full-fledged fire. Hardest transgression make me tighter. I'm pouring out libation for the fighters. I'm about to take you higher. Get a grip, you need the flyers. Scripted, we are writers. It's hard to take control when you addicted to desires. We be tempted by enticers or listening to liars. I keep it moving like electric current through a wire. Stop your being by connivers. Written on papyrus. Turned around and tried to say they came up with the science. I exhibit my defiance. Founded by the Cyrus. Christopher Columbus and John Hawkins was some pirates. To this day they still deny it. I don't even buy it. Everybody know they're guilty. Why the fuck we keep quiet? Eliminate the virus. Simulate the riots. This rebellion from the soul, but they anticipate violence. Set the steady for the last day.
Put my disc in the deck, watch the words turn to flesh. Imagine the effects if I start making threats.
When I do shows, I try to give the audience a real experience, real instruments, real musicians, live music, and I call my hip-hop band the Powers That Be.
I'm settling the score, paying dues, clearing debts. You gotta classify me as a vet. For putting in my best at a time with success, mean you gotta rock a vest and hope they're aiming at your chest. Slow down, catch your breath. The situation foul, I still come out fresh and get fresher. Every time I grab the mic to lecture, it's like the king sitting on the throne with the scepter and the crown. These cats is clowns plus compounded with the fact they wax some other average rapper sounding. You gotta get your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and supplements. It's food for thought. A lot of people spitting nowadays, but dealing with that nothingness. You gotta get your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and supplements. It's food for thought. A lot of people spitting nowadays, but dealing with that nothingness. So I'm gonna bring it on some substance. I'm in total control if you admit that shit or not. I live up on the top, you trying to come check out my spot. Tendency to flop is something that you can't adopt. They want you on the rock or in a prison cell to rot. I'm trying to make it pop, but thankful just to have a shot. I'm coming through the door, you know I'm shutting down the shop. I grind around the clock, hardly find the time to stop. I'm pushing packages or either pushing brooms and mops. I need drawers and socks, gotta keep the fridge stocked. These little niggas flossing cause they trying to get props. As far as hip hop, I got Evoke and Grip Lock. Just open up your mouth if you wanna get dropped. I'm from the west side of Lake Michigan, that's why I throw lines like a fisherman. Close in the distance, right place, the right time, the right flow, your right flow. This is for my niggas getting rich off of rail.
You gotta get your vitamins, your minerals, the nutrients, the supplements.
Hey, a lot of people sticking nowadays, but they be dealing with that nonsense. So I'm gonna break it off. Hey, gotta get your vitamins, your minerals, the nutrients, the supplements.
A lot of people sticking nowadays, but they be dealing with that nonsense. Hey,
Gotta get your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients, your nutrients, your nutrients, your supplements, your supplements. Gotta get your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients, your supplements, your nutrients, your supplements, your supplements. Gotta get your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients, your supplements, your supplements.
Sometimes I integrate different instruments into the show, but at the very minimum, you're gonna get some Taylor as a backup vocal.
Our socials for the evening. This is probably the only feminine energy you're gonna get tonight, so be thankful. It's a cool Taylor, Precious Messenger. On the backup, check her up on MySpace. Check it out on MySpace.
Dr. Q on the bass.
To the bass. On the bass. Quentin Nathaniel, straight from California. Give it to him.
give it up for Quinn, y'all. On the bass.
On the keys, yeah.
Beck on the keyboard.
In case you aren't familiar, my man Beck on the keys.
Give it up for Beck.
On the turntable,
DJ Butter L on the turntables.
the world famous DJ Butter L.